Thanks again for staying with us on TMI Monday. Okay, let's talk farm and farming. Let's talk agriculture. And I have a young farmer here, Kenneth Obayowana, who started farming in his 200 level. We'll hear his story, his testimony, and we'll be inspired. But let's begin by looking at agriculture. Agriculture is not attractive to young people. Why is this so, in your opinion?
Okay, it's because of the way we've painted agriculture so far. You know, people think agriculture is a dirty job. It's not, even though some persons believe that there's money in it, but they think the job is a dirty job. It's not attractive to youth. So they don't want to engage in it because it's not really attractive to youth. Yeah, that's why a lot of youth are not there. Okay,
so let's talk about the potentials, particularly the value chain. When you look at the value chain, how do we explore those potentials?
For me, one of the first advice I advise people is that if you want to go into agriculture, you should focus on the value chains. Yeah, so I'll share my experience. When I was in my 200 level, I went to my school management that I wanted to use the school pond to rear catfish. So I started rearing my catfish. So at a point, I never knew the capital required was
very huge.
Yes, it was very capital intensive. I could not complete feeding them. So at that moment.
But I hope they didn't die.
No, they got to this stage we call a barrier. So 6 was weighing 1 kg, 5 was weighing 1 kg. I was not having funds to continue feeding them. So what I did, I started selling them. So I processed them, I packaged them neatly, and I started selling for 2.5.
Wow.
So I started making money from value addition. So I realized at that stage that, oh, there's more money
in value addition. Interesting.
Yes. So at that point also, my elder brother had a land around 9-4. So I told him I wanted to use his land to farm. So I had cassava, pineapple, we had planted there. So there was a point, the cassava, we were harvesting the cassava. So we harvested the best cassava. A bag of rice loaded with cassava tuber. They were pricing for 1.5. It was amazing. So I just told myself, like, instead of pricing this thing 1.5, since I've gone through catfish, let's just add value again. But I realized that a lot of people are already doing gari. I said I want to do gari, I want to do something different. So I did package akpu. I packaged my akpu. So I had neatly packaged akpu that I started doing. So I'll package my akpu. They were odorless. We processed them and everything. Do you guess what? 4 tubers of those cassava were giving me 1 kg. And I was selling 1 kg for 500. So that means the entire bag that I was selling for 1.5 with just 4 tuber, 5 tuber. I was with just 9 tuber, sorry to say, with just 9 tuber to 12 tuber. I was making more than 1.5 already. So I just realized that there was more money in value additions, and at least that aspect also look a bit neat. So it attracts a lot of youth. So I really encourage people, if you want to go into agriculture, the people really making money in this agriculture are those people that are focusing on the value additions. There's more money in the value additions.
Not in the raw agricultural product.
Yeah, not in the raw agricultural products.
Okay, are there some specific product, maybe like food crops?
Yes, there are some food crops that I currently do for people too. So I do cucumber. So yes, that was one of my clients.
You do cucumber.
Yes.
Is it possible to grow cucumber this way in Benin?
Yes.
Cucumber.
Yes.
What about watermelon?
Yes.
What about carrot?
I've not done carrot before, but I've done cucumber, I've done watermelon in Benin City.
Wow.
Those ones I've done them. They can go very well. And there's money in cucumber. There's money. Yesterday I was with one of my clients. He's about to start cucumber farming. So I give him the analysis. So he go in 45 days, that's about 6 weeks.
45 days?
Yes.
Fully matured?
Fully matured. And now, if properly managed, 1 ridge should give you 1 bag. And 1 bag goes for 5,000 naira. So let's say you have 50 ridges. You're getting 50 bags.
That's 50,000.
That's 50,000. And you harvest 6 to 7 times every 5 days once harvest started. So you keep harvesting. So imagine every 5 days you're getting 50,000. That's just an estimation. You can do 100 ridges. That's 100,000 naira. So every week you're getting 100,000. And if you do that one for like 2 months, every two months, before you know, you've gotten about 3.5 million. When I did the analysis for him yesterday, he was screaming like, "Wow, this is massive, this is massive."
But you didn't talk about the investment. I mean, you know, there's supposed to be input and then there's the output. I mean, in what you're saying,
Yes. Of course, if I'm going to do that for you, I give you the input. So if you are going for cucumber, let's say yesterday the analysis I gave to him, what would draw at about 800,000 naira was what he would invest into it for the inputs.
Okay.
About 800 naira will go into it, and it will get in six weeks. It will get about 1.5 million naira.
That's almost like twice the money.
Yes. And if you can focus the entire 1.5 million naira again, pump everything into the business again, in the next 2 weeks, in the next 6 weeks, it will be getting close to 3.5 million again, if properly managed. So that's how it works. There's money in agriculture. So at the moment, there's what we call profitable farming. Profitable farming are those short-term crops like cucumber, watermelon, garbage. Then we have okra. Now I also do habaneros pepper, otherwise green pepper for fried rice. Then sweet corn. All these are short crops that if you invest in them and if properly managed.
Which means within 3 months or so,
yes,
you start harvesting.
3 months, you start harvesting those. All those crops I just mentioned, apart from cucumber, all those crops I mentioned, in 3 months, you start harvesting them.
So what is the basic thing required? I mean, for someone watching now,
yes,
the basic thing required to get started?
The basic thing, first of all, is for agriculture is passion. You have to be very passionate about it. Yeah, you have to have they should be passion for it because there's a lot of uncertainty in the agricultural sector. That's why even banks funding these days they are scared. Yeah, but there's a lot of uncertainty in it. But first of all, there should be passion driving you. Once that passion is there, then the next thing is funds. There should be setting funds. You should keep setting funds aside
to be able to drive the process. Okay, I'll pause you there. Ken. Okay. I'll be back with Ken in a moment to talk more about agriculture on TMI. It's a lot to learn, like I told you at the beginning of the program. But we'll take a break now. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
TMI, every opinion counts.
All right, thanks again for staying with us. There'll be more news for you at 12 midday. Kenneth Obayiwana, a farmer, is still with me in the studio. Kenneth, thanks again for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Let's quickly wrap up our conversation on value chain addition. It looks like value chain addition, like you said, you get the best from farming.
Yes.
When you focus more on value chain. Yes. Is this for all crops or for some specific crops?
First of all, it's for all crops. Yeah, but when we talk about value chains, they are for youth. This one is for youth. Besides adding value, there are other things around agriculture that you can do. For example, you can do agricultural storage. There's a problem in agricultural storage. Farmers farm tomatoes and they can't store it. Because of that, they take it to the market. The market is underpricing it because they know they can't store. So if you as a youth, you're positioning yourself in the agricultural storage process, that's also another key place you can make money from. I'm talking about these other values additions beside crops. Then we also look at logistics. I mean, taking produce from one location to another location is a problem for us as farmers. So as a youth, think of how you can leverage on that space. I have a mate of mine right now is telling me, oh, you want to go into agri logistics. How you can start helping people take their produce from the farm to
the market or to the storehouse or
anywhere you need it.
Okay.
All right. Now, that's another space there. There's another space you can also go into again, talking about computer, using technology, leveraging on technology. For example, the e-commerce, creating a platform people can sell. There's other stuff you can also do. You can also do this. There's a company called Hello Tractor. He's a Nigerian guy. What they do, they use this Uber stuff, kind of Uber model.
Platform, okay.
No, it's Uber
the model, okay.
Their own is Hello Tractor. So instead of, in Uber you order, this one you order for tractor. That's on that technology. Now, if you think of how you can use technology to leverage technology to push this agriculture as a youth, there's money there. That's on that space. And now there's Farm Caddy. It's an amazing job. We have a platform people crowd fund, and they gather the money, they give it to farmers in different locations, in different states. They help them with money. So you don't have to have a farm. All you just need to do is go on their platform, invest in any of their farms they are currently doing, and in 6 months' time, in 3 months' time, depending on the crops, you can make your money from there. These are value additions. I'm not saying you should invest. I'm saying you create a platform where people can do such a thing. Use technology to push the agricultural space. But I haven't said all this. There is real money in value additions. Okay. There is real money in value additions. You have
emphasized that like throughout the entire discussion.
Yes, I know about that because during my NYC, I told myself I was going to learn more about these value additions. So I went to, of course, I was posted to Jigawa, so I deployed to Lagos. I wanted to learn. So I went to Federal Institute of Industrial Research to serve there. I served for 1 year. I wanted to understand the entire valuations of agriculture. So I was there working, learning even the fabrications, agric fabrications. There are people making money from it too. In short, I got a contract of recent to set up a cassava milling processing factory. So all I'm doing is to just leverage on my people I met at field to help me get that job done. Yeah, there's money everywhere in agriculture. Everywhere in agriculture, there's money in it. You know, like
do you hear that? There's money everywhere in agriculture.
Like Akiwemi said, Dr. Akiwemi, Africa Development Bank. He said the next oil sector in Africa is agriculture. So if you want to make money, if you think it's oil, no, the money has shifted from oil. It's not agriculture. So it's not soil. The money is not coming from soil. So I know Scripture says something. He said there will never be a time that seed time and harvest will go. So they will keep sowing and will keep harvesting. So the money will keep pouring in. there's money in agriculture, really.
All right, thank you very much, Kenneth Obayuana, for finding time to be with us on the show today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. I mean, useful insights that you can take to the bank and cash it anytime, any day. In agriculture, there's money everywhere. All you need to do is to have a passion. Agriculture is not dirty like most people will think. I mean, he's wearing a suit. That tells you that he's wearing a suit and he's a farmer. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the program. I hope we can have you here some other time. We'll take a short break. We'll be back to talk sports, UEFA Champions League, and one man who is good at asking the question. Man City fans, how market? D-Wise will be joining me shortly on the Breakfast Sports segment as we talk sports in a bit. Stay tuned.